Welcome back to Over Here. My name is Nick Finzer, and today we're chatting with a great trombonist from Israel who spent a lot of time here in New York. I first met him a few years back when actually I went on tour to Israel and played some shows over there with him. And just an amazing guy, amazing musician, and really creative and totally connected to the history of this music. He's got a great relationship with Slide Hampton, and I played with the Dizzy Gillespie All-Star Big Band. But I'm going to let you hear that straight from him. This is Yonatan Voltzok, and here we go with his interview about his new record, Two Spirits Dancing in the Dark. It's out now on Spotify and Apple Music and all the places you like to stream. He's going to be having an international release as he's in Israel later on this year, so stay tuned for all that information. But without further ado, this is Yonatan Voltzok. All right, so today we have Yonatan Voltzok, a great trombonist from Israel. Thanks so much for being here. I'm glad we could chat today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
So back in February, we got together and recorded your new record, Two Spirits Dancing in the Dark. Could you tell us a little bit about the record, kind of who's on it, and what kind of the concept for the record?
Yeah, the band consists of Kush Abadi on drums, and Tamir Shmeli on bass. So we have 4 tunes with a trio, and then 2 other tunes with a Safuria on tenor, with a quartet, and another quartet with Adam Birnbaum on the piano. And it's 8 tracks, 8 tunes, all originals that I wrote specifically for this project, for this recording. And I was trying to go for kind of a more lucid, free sound, trying to take the trombone, at least for me, to kind of a new place. All right, so we have 8 new tunes, all originals, that I wrote for this project specifically, for this recording. And I was kind of going through a phase of trying to figure out where I can take the whole band with the trombone in front to kind of new places for me, at least. So some of the compositions are more in the kind of traditional sense, and some are new ground for me. And I had these musicians in mind to kind of go there with me to support the vision that I had. And I think it worked out really great. People will judge that, but I like it. And it was fun, and glad to have. I was lucky to have Asaf and Adam on a couple of tunes each, which really changed the atmosphere and the vibe, and gave me some more options as a composition and arrangement was considered. So all in all, it was really a great experience, and really happy with it.
So how would you kind of say that it's different than the first record? And when did that first record of yours come out? When was that?
Wow, it came out on 2008, actually 2008, so 10 years. But it was recorded 2007. So, man, that was a long time ago for me.
A different version of you.
So very different. That one was more, half standards and half originals, and more kind of a more traditional kind of approach. And I had Slide Hampton and Antonio Hart on that one, so it kind of gave me more of a, wanted to showcase these two masters. And this time was more about playing kind of more connected together and trying to go places together as a band, and leaving some more stuff open. And I think it's a very different kind of record.
Yeah.
And also, I don't feel that. I think the first record, I really like it. It's really great, but I don't feel that that kind of represents what's going on with me right now. So this definitely is way more in the realm of what's going on in the last at least year of my playing and writing. So that's good.
Amazing, man. So could you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Slide? I know he's been very important to you as a trombonist and musician.
Yeah, definitely. And I think most and foremost as a human being, because I got to get real close to Slide when I moved to New York. And during the whole time that I lived there, I spent a lot of time with Slide, playing in his bands and the Dizzy Big Band that he was the MD for, and playing, just going to his house a lot and playing and shedding. And he laid a lot of truth on me and a lot of experience and information. And he's just such a great guy, such an amazing musician and person that was just really, I think, the best school I ever had in my life. So I owe a lot to Slide. It's like the number one influence I had. And, you know, he's I actually came to New York when I recorded. I came to play with him at Smalls also. And it didn't happen eventually because Slide wasn't feeling that well. But I still hope to have some more musical experiences with him in the future.
Yeah, I hope he seems like he's doing a lot more stuff these days. He's been around. I've seen him out and about and putting projects together and stuff. So I'm sure he will.
Yeah, yeah.
So remind me again. So when were you living in New York, and what got you here, and then what got you back home after that?
So I moved to New York 2004, I guess. Yeah. I think it was. Yeah, it was 2004. I went to the new school for 4 years to get my bachelor's. I basically I knew that I wanted to move to New York since I was around 10 or 11 when I started to listening to the records and to all the greats and stuff. So in my mind, it was really obvious that I'm going to end up in New York. And right after the army, like a week after I got released from the army, I moved to New York. So that was kind of a trip.
Wow.
And yeah, and it was amazing. You know, I got to meet so many people that I admired for years and listened to the records and some of the young guys that I was just blown away from their musicality and their approach. And there's nothing like that experience of moving to New York. That was amazing. I still go. You know, I go back at least once a year for a few months and try to go at least in between a few times a year to stay in touch with the scene. And I moved back to Israel around 2009, 10. And I don't really know what got me back to Israel, but I thought at the time that I kind of needed a break from the rat race that I was going through, at least in my own head.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to kind of figure out more my approach and my contribution to the trombone and you know, have fun with it a little more, because I was kind of having less fun than in the beginning. It kind of got to be a little more strenuous and not as much fun as in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think about New York a lot. I miss it.
Yeah.
And I think it's the best place for jazz, at least in the world, no doubt.
Yeah, that's for sure. I hear what you mean, though. I hear you.
Yeah.
So what are you up to these days? What you got any projects happening in Israel? I know we were talking a little bit before about you were right after this. You went to Europe and played with a couple groups. What are you up to?
Yeah, so in Israel, it's mostly I have I play a lot, and sometimes it's with my own band, my own project. I'm trying to get kind of like the same guys. I have a really nice quartet here with people that I really enjoy playing with. So we were kind of developing this direction a little more. And I'm lucky enough to play here with a lot of great musicians, so that's really a lot of fun. I teach quite a lot. I teach at a few places that are kind of colleges, 2 colleges and a high school. And yeah, I get to travel. That's a lot of fun. I was like you said, I was in Europe. That was great, and I'm trying to do that a lot more and get on it, like to just be around and just to play and be around great musicians. That's what it's about for me, at least.
Yeah, man. You got plans to come back to New York? It's probably not right now, but
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to come for at least a short while during the summer.
Oh, cool.
I have some stuff that I'm trying to hook up right now, and yeah, New York is always on my mind. Like, just moving back is just like one of the things that I think about the most, other than if I took my dog for a walk or not, or what I'm going to eat for dinner. That's like should I move back to New York or not? That's a constant dilemma for me. But I know it's somewhere in the horizon because I'm not done with that experience.
Yeah, man, that's cool. We will welcome you back with open arms whenever that happens.
Yeah.
Um, so, what else is coming up for you? Anything interesting on the horizon that worth mentioning?
Well, I'm trying to, because this album is coming out, I'm trying to get some release shows over here, and soon I'm going to try to do the same over in the States and Europe. So that's in the works. I hope I have something to report pretty soon.
Hmm.
There's some stuff over here, but yeah, it's coming up, and yeah, I definitely want to keep at it because this album is at least for me, it kind of got some new energy out, and I like that feeling. It's fresh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a great record. I think it turned out really well. I thought you sounded amazing, man. So
Oh, thanks, man.
awesome. Well, thanks for taking a couple minutes to chat today, and we'll keep everyone apprised of what's happening with you going forward.
Cool, man. Thank you.
So thanks for watching, guys. There's so much great stuff happening here at Outside In Music this year. I'm really excited. There's a lot of great records coming out, a lot of great videos on the channel. If you're not subscribed over on YouTube, if you're not following us on Facebook, you're going to miss out on a lot of really great original jazz content. So please go over there, hit subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It really does help. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we're so glad that you're here listening. So we'll catch up with you soon, and stay tuned for another episode next week.